Come in. Hi.
Hello.
Hey, I'm Mr. Lewis. Unfortunately, Gustavo could not make it today, but I'm actually his supervisor, Anson Lewis. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you too, sir.
Here, have a seat.
Why, thank you, Mr. Lewis, correct?
Yes, Mr. Lewis.
And has Mr. Gustavo talked to you about our product?
He has indeed. For the past week, we have been talking about like the last meeting you all had, and he told me all about it. And it sounds like a really good idea, but we just like want to know more about the price and more about how it benefits us. So if you could just talk about a little bit more about it.
Perfect, that's what I'm here for. I'm going to summarize some of the key facts you guys need to know on how much money you can be saving and why our product is going to have customers coming back to you every day.
Okay, sure.
Perfect. I actually established here a little table. I'm sure you can see it here.
Yes.
Now, before I continue this table, just a rough estimate. How much would an average customer wait in line the average day?
I would say 7 minutes.
About 7 minutes, an average customer will wait in line before they actually pay the product.
Yeah.
And now one of the things that I discussed with Mr. Word last week, Mr. Gustavo, was that one of the most important things about your company or grocery store is to bring customers back. Customer retention and customer loyalty. And of course, no customer wants to go back to the store that has them waiting for a very long time, of course. Now, jumping to that, on a peak day, let's say for example Saturday at 2 o'clock, which is, if I'm correct, the peak hour, peak hours for the store.
Those are one of the peak hours, yes.
What's an average of how much a customer will be waiting in peak
Average during peak hours, I would say like 12 hours.
12 minutes, okay.
I mean 12 minutes.
No
You're
problem.
not, yeah, 12.
About 12 minutes waiting in line?
Yeah.
Okay, wow. Well, what the NCR SelfServe cash register can do is to cut those numbers almost in half. For the 7 minutes, we could reduce that to 3 minutes and wait. And the 12 could be cut down to 6.
Yeah.
Okay, that's an average of 5 minutes less that customers are waiting in line.
That's pretty awesome.
To pretty much give you money. They're waiting in line to give you money. You should never be having customers to wait to give you money.
That's true.
Exactly. Now, average of 5 minutes less. You said that 12-minute average is on a peak hour, is how much they wait?
12 minutes.
Now, those 12 minutes, there's 60 minutes in an hour. So 60 divided by the 12 is 5. With customers waiting 12 minutes in 1 hour, you can only register 5 customers. Only 5 customers could check out in 1 hour. However, in our peak hours, with our machine, you could do it in 6 minutes. So that same 60 minutes in the hour divided by 6 is 10. 10 customers now you can check out in that same hour.
Twice as many.
Twice as many, from 5 to 10.
Wow.
You see this? Now, if you can you provide me with a rough estimate as to how much you make profit per customer? Rough estimate?
Probably $10.
$10 per customer.
Yeah, let's say $10.
Great figure. Let's use that number. Let's say that if there was $10 profit per customer and you have these 5 more customers per hour, 5 times 10 is 50. You're making $50 profit in just 1 hour.
Wow.
Just by switching one regular register, or the ones that you're using now, to our NCR SelfServe. See, just $50 just by switching, just by doing nothing else. Now that's just one register. The NCR SelfServe automatic cash register can be in groups of 4, 6, or even 10 registers. Now hypothetically assuming that, let's say your company now had switched 10 registers, from the 10 old ones to 10 new registers, make in 1 hour, we said it was 50, as
yeah,
you see
50.
here. 50 times 10, if you had 10 registers, is $500.
Wow.
$500 profit in just 1 hour. And I'm sure your store is not open for just 1 hour.
Wow.
Okay, what do you think about that? $500 in 1 hour by switching 10 registers.
That is awesome. It sounds awesome. Wow. Yeah.
Like a great investment, right?
Yes.
Now, that's how much money you can make, but how much can you save? Now, another big thing about this register, our NCR SelfServe registers, is that they're self-serve. You don't need a cashier to be at every single register. One cashier can service the 4, 6, or even 10 cash registers that we provide. Now, another rough estimate, approximately, how much does a cashier get paid per hour?
$8.
Around $8 per hour?
$8.
Great, so let's say, hypothetically, that you're only running 6 registers right now. 6 registers times the $8 that they make per hour is 48. See here, so you're paying approximately, your costs are around $48 per hour to have 6 registers operating, correct? Now, cashiers work approximately 9, maybe 10-hour shifts
Yeah.
at your store, correct?
Mhm.
Let's say during a 10-hour shift, it would be here the 10 hours, and you're spending around, the cost is $48 per hour to operate those 6 registers.
Yeah.
48 times 10 is $480 per day. So your approximate cost is $480 per day to have 6 registers operating and flowing. Now, as I said before, our NCR cash registers could service up to 10. But let's say that using just those 6 registers, one person can operate that. So one person, let's say you pay them the same 8 hours, and that 8 hours, $8 per hour, and they work that $8 per hour for 10 hours, it's just $80 a day. You see here the difference from the $480 with the previous machines compared to the $80. $480 minus 80 is a $400 cost reduction in your 10-hour day.
Wow.
So not only are you saving 500, are you making 500 more with profit, you're actually saving $400.
Alright, well, I know that we're saving money and we're making profits, but I have one slight concern. Like, I'm afraid that we don't have the money for this investment, because it's gonna cost money to get all of these cash registers like in here and working. So, like, I don't know if we have like the money for this investment.
I understand.
So-
And again, yeah, cash registers are not cheap.
They're not.
Cash registers are a big investment, and they're a long-term impact for a company. It's not something you buy, use a few days, and then throw away. No, it's going to impact your company for years to come.
Yes.
But as we see here, again, it's like they say, to make money, you have to have money.
Mm-hmm.
And say, yes, it is expensive. Yes, it is an investment you have to make now. But as we see here, $500 profit per hour. And again, this is in your peak hours. But again, let's say that you make, instead of 500, 300, to be more realistic, per hour. That's still $300 per hour that you're making. And again, this is not taking into consideration the $400 cost reduction that that you're spending less on the cashiers that you have to pay. This is $300 that you're making. 300 is still adding up. This profit is adding up, and the money that you're saving is also adding up from cost reduction. It'll get to the point where these machines will practically have paid for themselves. Okay, and with these numbers, the 300 and the 400 that you're going to be saving here, within a year, in less than a year, you can pay, these machines can pay for themselves. It might seem as a long investment now, but if you think long term, and if buying a product like this is long term, it'll have paid for themselves in the first year, and these can last you easily up to 10 years, especially with our maintenance programs.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that alright for you?
Sounds good, thank you.
Perfect. Now, another thing that we see here is that another way that you can again save money is human error. Human error is a big factor that we've noticed with many grocery stores in the area. Now, what I mean by human error is that some cashiers could, by mistake, let's say they have to pay $10.25 is what they have to give back. By mistake, they give $10.27.
Yeah.
Or little cents here and there that and it happens. It's normal. It's not their fault. It's no one's fault. It's just human error. We have human operating machine. It can happen to anyone,
Yeah.
and it's just a few cents. Now, a few cents are just a few cents, but you have over 40 stores, and you work 10 hours a day. 10 hours a day per register. There's many registers operating, and many people operating these. They make little mistakes, and little cents here, little cents there could add up to a lot of money.
Yeah.
Let's say, for instance, let's assume that just $2 a day, $2 were lost per day. Okay, as I said, just $2 in one day. Not much, right? For a company that's doing well, has high investments, and their profits are high, $2 a day is not much. However, $2 per day times the 365 days a year which your store is open, that's $730 that the company is losing per year. $730. It's a lot of money.
Wow.
Now that's money that you don't have to be losing. With our automated cash registers, they have an automated system that change the money that they accept and the money that they return. It's a computer that's doing this, so it's exact every time to the penny. Not a penny more, not a penny less. So this $170 that you're losing every year will be eliminated. That's money that doesn't have to be going out into the public. That's money going into the company's pocket.
Alright, well, another issue I have is that I'm a person, I build relationships. I love being there for people. So the past, the people I'm with now, I've been with them for like a couple of years now. So if I were to switch with y'all, it would pretty much mean me like turning my back against them and pretty much saying I don't want to use you. And they've been there like for a long time. So what do I do to like?
I understand how that can be a concern. However, what we see here is, luckily the good thing about a register is, like I said, you can be 4, 6, or 10 registers.
Yeah.
Right now, per store, you have approximately 8 or 10 registers, alright? So you could switch out just 4. You could 4 registers with us to see how it's going, how the flow is going with our new registers, and you could still be doing business with the ELO touch systems and Epson's printers that you guys have right now. So you can still be doing business with them. You don't have to completely single them out and just try to see how things go with us. See, and again, we never want you to lose relationship because you're their loyal customers. And we understand how it is, but again, you're a company too and you want to make profits. And if this is going to make you money,
Yeah.
business is business, right? But again, we don't want to turn our backs to anyone, so you could have some registers with us and continue with registers with your previous supplier.
Well, honestly, the profits and everything sound wonderful, but I don't know if I'm interested right now because I have so much going on and I'll kind of be losing money. So what do you have to, like, do you have anything to say to that? Because, like, I really don't think, like, we could afford losing all that money, like, right now, like, at the time and
And again,
whatnot.
I'm sure that this is probably a big investment for Sedanos, but as I see every day, Sedanos keeps growing and growing. I just saw there are a few stores open in Orlando, so I see that you guys are expanding.
Yeah.
And although I truly believe this is what the company needs and they could benefit from this, I understand. And as a matter of fact, here's my card that you can have, because I'm sure we've seen that other stores like Winn-Dixie and Publix are already implementing the NCR self-serve cash registers, and they're having spectacular results in profits.
Yeah.
So maybe not now, but when you're ready, I'll be there, and NCR will be here ready for you.
Alright, well, I'll be make sure to talk it over with Gustavo and we'll keep in touch.
Thank you very much for the
Alright.
opportunity.